Now here's 44 more.
It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From Bankers Life Fieldhouse, tonight it's the Indiana Pacers taking on the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets control the tap. Harden to P.J. Tucker. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Okay, that time it was effective. But a really good defender will put that in their memory bank.
Oladipo into the front court. Down just a couple. Collison. Victor Oladipo. His first effort off the mark.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Into the front court comes Collison. Down 4. Oladipo to Young. A shot rejected by Capella. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. Jay, no question, the Pacers were the surprise of the NBA last year. What are your expectations for them now?
Top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference, and it all starts with Victor Oladipo. Last year, he was the guy, but this year, he needs to become the man.
Tucker. Collison into the front court, trailing by 4. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. To P.J. Tucker. To Harden. Paul. Misfires. It's no good. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
And the defender's got to take note. Otherwise, that shot's going up all game long.
Into the front court comes Collison. Now down 6. Here comes the screen. Collison. Capella's on him. And the rebound taken in by the Rockets. Capella to Paul. Offense rising above the rim. A Carmelo Anthony special.
Ooh, is today Throwback Thursday? A little flash of the old Melo right there.
Pacers with the possession. Collison to Young. Shot from the lane won't go. Anthony. Oladipo into the front court. 8-0 is the score. To Collison. Bojan Bogdanovic against Chris Paul. To Young. Collison. Not that time. He missed it. Tucker to Capella. Here's a chance from long range. Tucker, dead on three-point shooter. Tough to guard.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Pick that chin up. This is a game of runs. They were on one, now you might be on one.
Paul across the timeline. The lead stands at 9. To Capella. Oladipo grabs the board. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
To Anthony.
Ed, you ready for another fun fact about the Houston Rockets?
Let's do it.
Okay, the team was established in 1967, was given the name the Rockets because San Diego was the home to many space-age manufacturers. When the team eventually moved to Houston, the name still fit, giving Houston's association with NASA.
Wow, so Houston, we have a problem? All of that associated with space? Who knew?
Are you saying that because Carmelo Anthony's in town?
No, Apollo 13.
Oh, okay.
Corey Joseph matched up with Capella. Nice finish at the rim.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To P.J. Tucker. Clint Capella. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
I like that aggression early. You never just settle for jumpers. You attack, you attack, you attack. Then when they back off, you'll have room to shoot that, Jay.
Down the lane to lay it in.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. To P.J. Tucker. Here's CP3. Pulls up for 2.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Cashes in for 2.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Yes, Carmelo Anthony. That's now 4. He hasn't missed. Late heave to beat the buzzer. 1 quarter down. The Rockets with the lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Pacers control to Evans. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Paul. Deep right corner. Has a look. Add 2 points to the board. Joseph with it. 9-point margin. To Evans. The shot almost. To Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. 2 of 4 now. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. From long range, Nene with the rebound. Tucker to Paul. Oh, the pass stolen by Indiana. Knocked loose. Rockets come up with it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Jay, sum it up. Why was Victor Oladipo the most improved last year?
Because he was no longer Robin. Victor Oladipo has become Batman, and he attacks the game the same way Russell Westbrook does. That short stint at OKC taught Victor Oladipo how to compete 24/7.
Victor Oladipo, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 80% at the line. First one goes down. And he makes them both. To P.J. Tucker. Paul to Anthony. Going to launch beyond the arc. Textbook Melo. Hand in his face, lets it fly, and scores. Knowing Carmelo Anthony, the competitor, you know he wants to do the same things as he was doing 5 years ago. Can he?
Well, the answer easy is no. Your mind is telling you yes, but your body is saying the exact opposite. The next step for Carmelo Anthony is to understand that he needs to keep it simple. If he's a catch-and-shoot player, help provide spacing and open up that lane for other players to attack.
They were all over Oladipo. Missed the shot.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Beyond the arc for three. Defense was ready. Tough shot for Austin Rivers. To Collison. Knocks it down from mid-range.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now. And now Houston has the basketball. Harden. Oh, the Pacers come away with the steal. Victor Oladipo with the slam.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make two bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Yes, Carmelo Anthony. It's like he's shooting into the ocean. He has not missed.
And Melo will be the first one to tell you this. He's not ready to be a role player just yet. He can still put up points in bunches. Didn't shoot the ball that well last year. Averaged around 16 a game. The lowest total of his 15-year career. Wow. That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. Tyreke Evans at the line for 2 shots. Shoots it at 75% for his career. First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Over to the right side. For 3. Always has a chance for Tucker, but not that time. Oladipo into the front court. Trailing by 10. The rebound belongs to Houston. Tucker to Harden. Has a chance. James Harden. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot. Sometimes it looks like he's not locked in, but think otherwise.
Let's be honest. Sometimes he is not locked in when the ball isn't in his hands. But do you need James Harden to be locked in 100% of the time? No, you need him to be locked in 95% when he has the ball in his hands. That's when something spectacular is going to happen offensively for your team.
And he'll go to the foul line.
Now here's your chance to make them pay for making you the target of hacking. Well, actually, your free throw shooting made you a target, but you can still fix that.
Aaron Holiday at the line. Knocks down the first. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. To Paul. Oh, with the foul, and a chance coming up at the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big-time play.
And hits the first free throw.
For Indiana, number 2, Darren Collison.
And gets both to drop at the line. It's Indiana basketball. Collison, guarded by CP3. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Collison, it's good, with no defender in sight.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Oh, emphatic slam. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
That'll do it for the first half. The Rockets way out in front.
I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Rockets didn't hold back in that opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing us. And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Indiana with the basketball. Collison to Oladipo. Probing the defense. Trying to cash in. Yes, Victor Oladipo. He's 3 for 7.
The NBA's most improved player was a guy that always invested in himself, both on and off the court, but he always put in the work to be better, was a sponge for information, an insatiable appetite to be the best. But the difference is, he's believing in himself. Whether that's singing at the NBA award show or performing at the highest level on the court, it's safe to say that Victor Oladipo has officially arrived.
To Collison. Oladipo matched up with Carmelo Anthony. To Young. He was hacked. They let it go.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high up the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
To Collison. Lets it fly from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Paul to Anthony. Clint Capella looking good, 4 for 5.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Collison into the front court. The deficit now up to 12. Took it down the lane, but it's no good. Shot from the lane won't go. To Oladipo. The drive, right to the basket, right down Broadway for the two. Defender has to pick him up.
The NBA's most improved player was a guy that always invested in himself, both on and off the court, but he always put in the work to be better. Was a sponge for information, an insatiable appetite to be the best. But the difference is, he's believing in himself. Whether that's singing at the NBA award show or performing at the highest level on the court, it's safe to say that Victor Oladipo has officially arrived.
Has a look. Oladipo, not that time.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
Jay, what's going to be good enough this year for the Rockets to get to the NBA Finals?
Well, you need CP3 to be healthy, but also I think James Harden needs to continue to build on his play in the playoffs in particular. Those last 6 games against the Golden State Warriors, he really struggled from the three-point line. He shot 37% during the regular season. He shot 20% in the Western Conference Finals.
Houston takes over. Paul. He's now 4 for 6.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Now the Pacers go to use a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter.
Substitutions, Houston.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Paul with it up top. Final minute to play in this third quarter. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here, because that was not an easy look.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Young. Evans. To Oladipo. Fires the three. Cleans the offensive glass. Evans. Short jumper won't go down. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Tyreke Evans, guarded by Nene. Now ready to shoot at the line.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Oops, he missed the first one. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Long key from three-quarters court. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. It's been all Rockets. It's the Rockets in control of the basketball as we start the fourth quarter. You figured they certainly had the advantage coming into this one. Jay, that's how it's played out.
On paper, this wasn't set up to be much of a contest. If the crowd could have gotten into it early, maybe. But sometimes a team is so good that you never had a chance to even start.
Paul to Capella. Can't connect from inside. He wants it at the rim and scores.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Deep left corner. Harden can't get past the defender. To Paul. 4-3. Second effort. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. Shifting gears. Here come some substitutions. Miles Turner at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 78% at the line. Free throws good. A three-point play, and the lead back down to 12. Now Paul with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Oh, the pass stolen by Indiana.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in the playoff game, it will.
Rockets have the ball. Paul. Deep right corner. Baseline drive. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
James Harden trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. And he can't convert the free throw. Into the front court comes Collison. Down a dozen. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Darren Collison. Harden goes to the right side. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Chris Paul at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Unable to connect on the free throw. Pacers with the possession. Oh, he had it. Paul into the front court. His guys leading by 14. From the painted area, won't go down.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
No good. Anthony to Harden. Off the assist.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
To Anthony. Add 2 points to the board.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Oladipo, defended by Melo. Evans to Oladipo. Collison. That's off the side of the rim, short. Anthony to just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
You know, Clint Capella was not expected to be this good of a player, but it's because of all the offseason work he's put in the gym with John Lucas, who's the head of player development for the Houston Rockets, that now he finished second only to Victor Oladipo as far as one of the most improved players in the league today.
And knocks it down. And, Jay, the system produces once again.
Oh, I like what you're doing right now. It looks like you're running some DHOs into PNRs. That's dribble handoffs into pick and rolls. You keep running that action, you're constantly going to keep the defense guessing.
Oladipo into the front court. His guys down big. Driving right to the basket. A shot rejected by Capella. A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
That's all she wrote. Dribble it out.
Easy path to the rim. Jay, mixed opinions with Carmelo Anthony. How will you remember his career?
Well, as of right now, he's a catch-and-shoot type player. But for me personally, Carmelo Anthony will go down as one of the greatest isolation players of all time. Back in his Denver days, his earlier New York Knicks days, there was nobody better in an isolated set than CA.
Oladipo into the front court. Down a bundle. Knocks it down. Off the step back.
Oh, he buckled his knees so bad, it didn't matter if he scored or not. That's a win for the internet.
It's in the hands of Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. To P.J. Tucker. Fires the three. Always has a chance for Tucker, but not that time. Screen coming. And a 5-second back-to-the-basket violation is called. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Number 6, Corey Joseph.
Harden to P.J. Tucker. And he drains it.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Oladipo. Shot by Bogdanovich, no good. Gordon shoots, can't connect. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets got the win with a comfortable scoring margin. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. Check out the leading scores for the Houston Rockets. The Pacers couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. The Pacers relied on these guys for their scoring here today.
Game track. Assists.
The Houston Rockets were very impressive in the way they shared the ball, giving each other the opportunity to not just take good shots, but great shots. That's what I believe made the difference for them in this game, that being the great assists.
Player of the game.
Carmelo Anthony gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here are the upcoming games for the Indiana Pacers.